It's not a secret that the whole world, from individuals all the way up to large banking institutions, are anticipating a global economic recession. If you listen to the economic doom and gloom channels, and I'm not saying that they're not right in a lot of ways, you would think that the entire world seems to be running out of money for anything, and yet major entertainment events are still chugging along in full force, the World Cup not being an exception. But should we be cheering at this year's World Cup without some reservation? This video is not here to tell you whether or not we should, and this video is not here to assess just how guilty Qatar is of the rampant worker exploitation that is alleged of it. That would take a much longer video than what you're about to see, but we are going to investigate some of the more baseline claims regarding worker exploitation and the allegations that Qatar, despite hosting this year's World Cup, is engaging in human rights violations. Here is a screenshot of the Wikipedia article of the Lusail iconic stadium. Very, very nice facility, very, very state-of-the-art looking, but it has an article that is rather cursory in its description and history of the place, and a couple of IP anonymous users have alleged that it reads out like a promotional brochure. Page for the Al Bayt Stadium, however, you have to look for it, but there's a paragraph in here that is far more revealing of what may actually be going on. The last paragraph here on the construction subsection, a 2021 investigation by The Guardian revealed that over 6,500 migrant workers from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka died between 2010 and 2020 during the construction of World Cup venues in Qatar. The figures used by The Guardian did not include occupation or place of work, so deaths could not be definitively associated with the World Cup construction program. Oh, how comforting. But a very significant proportion of migrant workers who have died since 2011 were only in the country because Qatar won the right to host the World Cup. As you can see, this is more than just a few accusations coming their way at the last minute from activist groups. And that's not to say that that wouldn't be significant if it was only there. But we see that the investigation of such events goes back at least 1 year. The allegations go back this far as well. So it really prompts you to ask, what exactly is going on? And then, further moving on to a report from CBS News, they have the story of Imran Khan. Sounds an awful lot like Imran Khan, but I'm digressing here. Imran Khan from Bangladesh came to find his opportunity in Qatar, but he told CBS News that he found himself working shifts of up to 48 hours straight on buildings, including the Lusail Stadium. Interesting that we find nothing about this in the Lusail Stadium Wikipedia article, which again is alleged to read like a promotional, where the World Cup final will be held. I had no choices, he said. Workers had no choice, no rights. He told us that he was paid about $350 per month, half of what he was originally promised. But if he made any complaints against the contractor who hired him, they just say go back. Pack your clothes and go back to Bangladesh. Let's not forget that Bangladesh has suffered one of the worst economic breakdowns in modern times within the past year. They suffered an energy crisis and a food crisis, which has brought the country to its knees. And here you have desperate workers coming from that part of the world and coming in to Qatar in order to find whatever scraps they can get economically. And On top of that, they have to go through this. It is a little embarrassing to talk about what an impressive city Doha is in the technological and infrastructure sense, and how it is perhaps a worthy competitor against Dubai, when both cities are in fact quite behind on their treatment of workers and their willingness to push down the least fortunate within these economies in order to further fund these lavish infrastructure and technological projects. We need to ask better of ourselves in all this. And we need to ask ourselves that at a time where it supposedly nobody has any money for anything, how it is that the world, the individuals and institutions, are pouring so much of this allegedly non-existent money into these massive entertainment events at the expense of the least fortunate in the global economy. Like what you listened to today, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and check out my other YouTube channel, Trip Wall, which primarily deals with piano music. Also, take a look at my website, The Stately Reindeer, at http://laysocialcritique.wordpress.com. Thank you for watching.